I spent a bunch of money investing in a personal fitness bodybuilding coach that I've been following for many, many years. And this is part one to documenting my journey and experience, trials, tribulations, and reaction to my first ever personal coaching experience. I spent a boatload of money on a YouTuber called Goku Flex. His real name is Matt Keto, and I've been following him for many, many years, probably since 2015 or so. I stumbled across him across YouTube because he's one of the only Asian men out there in the USA who is legitimately massively jacked, has a perfect aesthetic, and is just like a role model for Asians. So there's not many of them out there. Followed him for years with YouTube videos, and although it's still a lot of money for me, I realized if not now, when? I've been following him for 8 years. Am I just going to keep kicking the tires, using free YouTube content advice that's not really working that well? So I figured this accountability or something about this will kick me into a new overdrive. So I'm here at Planet Fitness, and let's go in and I'll tell you a bit more about how this came to be and exactly how I feel about it. So I got my workout routine, my nutrition plan in some Google Docs from Matt, and we're going to be starting up soon. We haven't officially started, but we will soon. And my first reaction was, oh wow, this is going to be a lot. My excitement kind of went down to, oh geez, I don't know if I could do this, because the expectations are really high. I mean, you can tell that this is not no beginner game. He's telling me to count macros, not to be off by 5 grams in any of the macronutrients. And I know that's really difficult. My family is one, and many friends and many people I know, in fact, just in general, they don't understand that. If I go out to dinner and I'm weighing the food and counting macros, they're like, what are you doing? They don't understand. And you can tell by some of the words they say, the phrases they use. It's not just me, but it's a lot of American culture. They're just yeah, let's eat here. Or, oh, that restaurant looks nice. Or, oh, let's get a bowl of fried chicken tonight. And I've been invited out by friends, and that's just how they act. They don't count macros at all. They just eat what they want, and many have good metabolisms, so they still generally look nice. So, I'm seeing all sorts of potentially very big effects of this, where I'm gonna have to bust out the weight. They're not gonna understand. Fights might incur, probably not, but it's going to be really stressful. That's my first reaction to this day one. It's going to be a lot, but maybe it won't be so bad. Generally speaking, I think I'm more worried about just how I'm going to find stuff that fits in the macros that I like, and I'll probably not be within 5 grams, but it's okay. And it's going to be a lot because people don't think like that. People don't act like that. So if I'm hanging out with family, I'm at a family dinner or something else, which I guess doesn't happen often, but I get invited out by a friend. They're like, what? They won't understand it, but I think it's doable. So let's get started. I kicked off the Planet Fitness membership again, and we'll get going. Now, another thing I haven't done in a long time, many years, is the Stairmaster. I've been prescribed a cardio session per week, and so now I have to track the calories on this cardio machine, which I've never done before, but it's good to be back, I guess. Now, some of you who follow my blog or newsletter may be like, well, you've mentioned that you've kept a consistent gym routine for many, many years, and you use this atomic habits method to do that. So this should be not that difficult. Why are you stressing? Well, that was true, but back then there was quarantine, and before that, I didn't have much to do, and so I was fine living a boring life. And now I'm seeing that plus the amount of prescribed work, and I'm thinking, well, this is really gonna cut out a lot of time of my free time. It's like I'm gonna have to work my full-time job, then do any YouTube content if I have free time. That'll probably be later. My second priority will be nutrition and working out. And so that'll take up to 2 hours after work. I'm gonna have very little energy after that to do anything. So my reaction at first there was, ooh, this is not gonna be good. But then I thought a bit more about it and I looked at the workouts and how many days. And the current plan set for me, custom, is essentially four days out of 7 that I have to work out, which still gives me 3 days of free time after work. For those 4 days, it's 2 days in and 1 day off. They're going to be pretty intensive. Now, are they Arnold Schwarzenegger level? No. So I think I should be able to knock them out. But of those days, most likely I'll be one of those no-lifers. And it'll just be work, gym, and back home. So it also makes you wonder, like, those people with like jacked physiques, not only did they work hard for it, but they sacrificed like anything else in their personal life. So like other things that I may have wanted to attend, like board game meetups, socializing, running clubs, exploring, making YouTube videos, photography, hiking. Can't do it on now 4 days out of 7. So I think at least while I'm signed up for this 6-week program with him, I'm going to commit to it. And then maybe I can adjust course afterwards if I'm just not finding it sustainable and I need like more time to just socialize. Because unfortunately, most gyms are not really social places unless you're at like a CrossFit class or something. Most people are talking to no one with their headphones on. So for me, as someone who works from home, I crave a bit more of that, but we'll see how it goes. Jeez. All the time, I've only hit 25 calories. I'm supposed to do 300, but that's all just for today. I mean, for this whole week. So once you do it, you're good to go. For me, cardio, all this stuff, it's... Shawty had them apple bottom jeans. Workout done. It took about 2 hours, but that's partially because I did half of my required cardio today, which took about 25 minutes. And then there's the recommended warm-up session, which is another about 20 minutes. So it wasn't as bad as I thought. Like, it's not like a 5-hour workout. I was picturing like a 2 or 3 hour workout, but if you're quick, if you superset it, you can knock it out in an hour or so. So honestly, that's not too bad. Considering when I was younger, I would spend like an hour and 45 minutes, like 4 to 5 days a week at CrossFit. I did that for about 5 years, and you're like, well, you did that, why should this be an issue? Back then, I was younger, I had nothing else to do. I had less money to spend. I lived in a smaller town with nothing to do. So I could definitely still get into that mindset. So point is, I think it's a little bit more doable, but it'll still be really tough. Like, I wasn't given much instruction on like, how am I going to hit these macros? Just like hit them. So that is not going to be easy, especially because I love to eat fats, and the fats will go probably way higher. And I also found out after I purchased that I don't get Zoom sessions with him or anything. Everything's done via text message coaching. So I'm a little disappointed about that, but staying optimistic. This is a guy I've been looking up to, so I will still get some interaction, although I don't think it's. I was hoping to get to know him as a person, talk to him, but I understand he's running a business. He wants to get maximum efficiency. I think we do lose a bit without that personal touch, but we'll see how it goes. I'll probably still get some decent tips via text message. I was supposed to get 5 minutes on the massage chair and then run out because I have stuff to do. Otherwise, I would spend more time in the gym. But I'm like ready to go home. And the massage chair never started. So I might just call it a day. I still got a little bit of rest. And I think my real rest is just going home, laying on the bed.